Southeast Asian Air Force competition is about to enter a new stage. 20 years ago, the majority of the air forces in the ASEAN area continued to use antiquated fighter jets like the MiG-21 or the F-5 Tiger. Now, 4.5 generation to 5th generation fighter jets with AESA radar, sophisticated electronic warfare capabilities, long-range missiles, and even stealth technology are starting to appear in the area. Amidst growing geopolitical tensions in the South China Sea and the strategic competition between the United States and China, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, and Thailand are rushing to update their fleets of fighter jets. There are some of ASEAN's most sophisticated and deadly fighter jets in this tournament. Among them are 6 cutting-edge fighter jets that will heat up ASEAN skies. 1. Thailand's James 39 Gripen EF. The James 39 Gripen CD, F-5TH Super Tiger, and F-16 Fighting Falcon are now in service in Thailand. The country has now decided to replace most of its outdated combat fleet with the Gripen EF as its future fighter jet. It is outfitted with a cutting-edge AESA sensor system and the Raven ESO-5 AESA radar, and its maximum speed is Mach 2. The Gripen is renowned for having outstanding combat capabilities at a low cost of operation. The Gripen is regarded by several nations as one of the fighter jets with the finest cost-effectiveness ratio worldwide. Two. Indonesian Dassault Rafale. The first ASEAN nation to buy the Rafale in bulk was Indonesia. One of the biggest modernization projects in the Indonesian Air Force's history, the contract to buy 40 Rafale jets is estimated to be worth $8.1 billion United States dollars. With a battle radius of about 1,850 kilometers and a maximum speed of Mach 1.8, the Dassault Rafale is outfitted with the Spectre electronic warfare system and the RBE-2 AESA radar. The Rafale is frequently mentioned as one of the world's top multi-role fighter jet. This fighter jet can identify threats, gen enemy radar, and improve its chances of surviving on the contemporary battlefield thanks to the Spectre electronic warfare technology. The Rafale's versatility is another benefit. In a single sortie, it can perform air superiority, ground attack, anti-ship, and strategic reconnaissance missions. Three. Malaysia's Su-30MKM. Malaysia's Su-30MKM is still one of the most lethal fighter jets in ASEAN, despite not being the newest model. It has a fighting radius of about 1,500 kilometers, a maximum speed of Mach 2, and the capacity to transport up to 8 tons of weaponry. The Su-30MKM is well known for its exceptional mobility because of its innovative thrust vectoring system. This fighter jet is still a very dangerous adversary in dogfights or close-quarters warfare. It also has one of the biggest weapons payload capacities in the area. Four. Singapore's F-35 Lightning II. The sole stealth fighter jet that an ASEAN nation has ordered is this 5th-generation fighter jet, which is built by Lockheed Martin in the United States. 20 F-35s, a combination of F-35B and F-35A types, have been ordered by Singapore. The first deliveries are expected to start in late 2026. As a result, Singapore will be the first nation in ASEAN to fly this fighter jet. The F-35 Lightning II can travel more than 1,667 kilometers and reach a top speed of Mach 1.6. Up to 6.8 tons of weaponry can be carried by it. Additionally, it has an APG-81 AESA radar installed. Sensor fusion and sophisticated data linkages are among its main characteristics. The F-35's biggest advantage is not its speed but rather its capacity to identify the enemy before they do. Radar, infrared, and electronic warfare data are all combined by the fighter jet sensors into a single, integrated display for the pilot. The F-35 can attack before the opposition is aware of its presence because of this capability. Because of its combination of stealth and sensor fusion, the F-35 has routinely surpassed 4th and 5th-generation fighter fighters in multiple NATO combat simulations. Indonesia's KF-1 Bormi. South Korea and Indonesia collaborated on the KF-1 project. Although it is not yet fully operational, many analysts view it as one of the most promising fighter jets in Asia. It has a battle radius of about 1,100 kilometers, a maximum speed of Mach 1.81, and an AESA radar manufactured in South Korea. Compared to the Rafale or F-35, the KF-21 has cheaper operational expenses and more current capabilities. Future versions of this fighter jet will also be built with increased stealth capabilities. Singapore's F-15SG Strike Eagle. The F-15SG was Southeast Asia's most potent fighter jet prior to the introduction of the F-35. The F-15SG, still regarded by many observers as the greatest air superiority fighter currently in use in the area. High payload capacity, cutting-edge AESA radar, and air-to-air and ground attack capabilities, all on one fighter jet, are the F-15SG's main advantages. More missiles can be carried by this fighter jet than by the majority of ASEAN fighters. This fighter jet can carry cutting-edge missiles including the AM-120M ROM, AM-9X, JDAM, and Maverick. It has a combat range of nearly 1,800 kilometers, a maximum speed of Mach 2.5, and the APG-63V3 AESA radar. Since Singapore's F-35s are the only 5th-generation fighter jet in ASEAN, they are far superior to all of their rivals in terms of pure technology. They are assets that change the balance of air power in the area due to their stealth capabilities, sensor fusion, and network-centric warfare. However, with a combination of Rafales, KF-21s, updated F-16s, and other modernization initiatives, Indonesia has the potential to become ASEAN's largest air power in the next 10 years when fleet size, mission flexibility, and total firepower are taken into account. The ability to combine sensors, data networks, long-range missiles, and battle intelligence into a single, cohesive system is becoming more important in the ASEAN air superiority competition than having the fastest fighter jets. The fighter jet that spots the enemy first and fires first wins in modern air warfare, not necessarily the quickest one.